Every year I try to make New Year's resolutions and can never stick with them. How can I actually stick with my New Year's resolutions? It's so funny that I got this question because it's come up a ton in a bunch of my sessions with my coaching and therapy clients recently. What I see a lot of times, and this happens to me too, I do this to myself a lot, is we make a resolution or we have like a goal or a thing we want to change about ourselves, and we'll like have this idea of how we're going to do it, and then we don't stick to it, and we beat ourselves up, and we come to the conclusion that the way to make this change is to be like stricter with ourselves, to treat ourselves like a petulant child, to like really find some way to force ourselves to actually do it this time. And I think that the underlying assumption in that approach is that we are lazy and we're not doing it for bad reasons or for no reason. And if we could just stop being so lazy and stop being so immature and actually, stick with something, then everything would be fine. And I think that that assumption is often wrong. I think that a lot of times the reason we don't stick with a change is because it is genuinely hard and we have not made it easy enough for ourselves to stick with it, right? What if instead our approach to this was, okay, every year I make this resolution that I'm going to, for instance, do more fitness the next year. And every year I'm successful for about a month, 2 months maybe 3, and then it falls off. So what if it is falling off for good reason? What if I am quitting for a good, valid reason? What would make it easier for me? If we come at it from that angle, it makes it much, much, much simpler to figure out how to make lasting change because, number one, it takes us out of a shame cycle. When we're in this space of saying that, like, we just need to be more strict with ourselves, we need to be more on top of our habits, we have to be less lazy, less terrible, right? If we come instead from a place of like, okay, this is just generally hard, so how can I make it easier? It gives us a lot more space to look at what is it that we want from this thing we're trying to change or be or do, and how can we set ourselves up for success around it rather than trying to like force ourselves into submission to following through on it. So if what you want to do is do more fitness things in the new year, what would make that easy for you? For me, I'm the kind of person where if I'm supposed to be meeting a person somewhere, I am far more likely to do a thing than if I'm supposed to do it on my own. So like finding things where I have a friend who I'm going to go on walks with, or I have a friend who I'm going to go to a dance class with, right? Having something that creates that social connection and that social accountability helps it be much easier for me to follow through on those things. Maybe it's about having a regular like calendar item that happens every week, and that makes it easier for you. Maybe it's that the fitness stuff you've been trying isn't actually fun for you. It's not enjoyable or pleasurable. And so when you try to keep doing it, it just still feels bad. Maybe there's a different kind of movement or fitness or activity that's going to feel better for you. So I think, again, coming from this lens of, if I have been unsuccessful at this new habit or new way of doing things in the past, I was unsuccessful for a good reason. So how can I make it easier? I think that makes it feel so much lighter in terms of thinking about making a change, which then makes it feel like something that we get to do rather than something we have to do. Most of us inside of us have at least some small part of us that loves to just be, a little bit contrary, that wants to like push back and be a little rebellious. And so as soon as we get to this place of, I have to X, I've decided I'm going to X, it's bad if I don't X, all we're going to do is keep pushing against it and going down that shame spiral and building up resentment towards ourselves and guilt. And that's not going to help us make that change. So instead, if we say, okay, so I said I was going to train for a marathon, I got through about 4 runs and then just stopped doing it. Does this mean that like running is not for me? Was I running too long? Was I running in the wrong conditions? Do I need a running buddy? Would it be easier if I had a really great podcast that I could listen to? Would it be easier if I joined a running club? Right? Like finding the thing that will make it easier rather than finding the way to like force yourself into it, I think is a much more successful approach. All right. Hi, everybody who has joined. It is almost December. If you have questions you'd like me to answer, go ahead and put them in the chat. We had a comment. Not a strong or clear enough why. Yeah, I think that having a good why is important for making changes or resolutions or those kinds of things. And I think that whys are a helpful thing, but not always a sufficient thing in terms of making a change. Like, I know why I want to have more movement or activity in my life. It's good for me. I feel better in my body when I do it. It's better for my joints, right? Like, there's a lot of benefits for it. And knowing those things, at least for me, is not enough to get me over that hump of actually getting into the behavior. And so I think, like, for some people, why might be a part of what makes it easy for them. And for some people, the why might in some ways actually build this shame spiral more than it helps. And so looking for yourself at, like, how do I work with this? Is it better for me to focus on a why? Is it better for me to just focus on how to make it easy, like what works best for me and how I work, and not needing to do things the way that other people do?